Hello there.
Well, anyways, as you can see from the title of this video, we will be talking about the food pyramid and a balanced diet. If you have no idea what the food pyramid is, it's basically a visual guide but triangle. Anyways, let's just hop into how it's first ever created and why. The very first food pyramid was a Swedish invention and it was an invention of necessity more than anything else. It was created back in the 1970s because Sweden had a problem. Foods were at high prices at the time, so the government tasked the National Board of Health and Welfare, or the Social Styrelsen, which is basically the name of it, to come up with a solution. In response to this, they came up with basic and supplementary foods, and what they mean is that basic foods were foods considered essential to a person's well-being, and supplementary foods were foods that provided vitamins and minerals that basic foods did not. Though the social Starlson basic food idea was a good one, Aina Brit Ainsider that it could be improved and developed an idea of a triangular model to better visualize the portions. Ainsider used a pyramid shape as to indicate that a person should eat more foods from the bottom of the pyramid, the widest section, than from the top. And there you have it, the first food pyramid ever created. Also, the USDA Basic 7 Food Guide from 1973 doesn't count since that thing isn't a pyramid, and also to make this video even shorter. If you want to know about the parts of the pyramid, there is basically three parts, which is the base, the center, and the top. The base included basic foodstuffs considered essential to the individual's well-being, such as cereals, dairy products, pasta, and potatoes. The center and the top of the pyramid represented supplementary food providing the vitamins and minerals not found in basic foodstuffs, and also fruit and vegetables were placed at the center with meat, fish, and eggs on the top. Alright, moving on, there are lots of other food pyramids over the years, like the USDA one with that 6 to 11 servings of bread disaster, as well as the recent ones which are called the healthy eating pyramid. But let's just call it the food pyramid to make it even more easier. Now for the food pyramid that we'll be using for a balanced diet is this boy right over here. Now as you can see, this one was made from Harvard and it's pretty much a visual guide of a balanced diet, so yay! Harvard thinks that the consumers can think of this food pyramid as a grocery list. This food pyramid also addresses other aspects of a healthy lifestyle such as exercising, controlling your weight, getting more vitamin D and multivitamin supplements, and moderation in alcohol for people who drink. Now, as you can see from the very bottom or the foundation of this pyramid, it tells you to exercise daily and have some control on your weight. Exercising daily will have many benefits across a range of physical and mental health for people of all ages, such as having a good night's sleep. Yeah, so basically to sum this layer, touch grass. Moving on to the second layer is the layer that should be consumed most frequently. In this layer, it says for you to eat more whole grains, healthy fats or oils, fruits, and vegetables. But what's the difference between whole grains and refined grains? Since in the pyramid, it also mentions that we should eat refined grains sparingly. Basically, whole grains offer a complete package of health benefits, unlike refined grains, which are stripped of valuable nutrition in the refining process. And so you see, all grains start life as whole grains. In their natural state, growing in the fields, whole grains are the entire seed of a plant. This seed, which industry calls a kernel, is made up of three key edible parts: the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. It is protected by an inedible husk that protects the kernel from assaults by sunlight, pests, water, and disease. The bran is the multi-layered outer skin of the edible kernel. The germ is the core of the seed where growth occurs. The endosperm is the interior layer. As for what you should eat in this whole grains part, look at the pyramid, turn right, zoom in. And you should eat something like oats, brown rice, whole wheat pasta, and other things, the whole grains. Moving on to the healthy fats or oils part, the key to this part is being able to identify between the good fat and the bad fat. But that's basically for like the whole balanced diet thing. But anyways, a fat will be generally categorized as good if it's unsaturated. There are two types of unsaturated fats, which are monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. Polyunsaturated fats such as omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids are also healthy. Now, those complicated words you have probably not heard or like never heard, they help a lot in our body, like reducing the risk of disease, lowering your cholesterol, and other things. The foods that are high in good fats include vegetable oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. For the bad fats, we got trans fats and unsaturated fats. And no, not the trans you're thinking of, but anyways, trans fats come in both natural and artificial forms. The natural fats occurs in meat and dairy from ruminant animals like cattle, sheep, and goats. They form naturally when bacteria in these animals' stomach digest grass. But don't worry, the natural ones doesn't really risk your health that much. However, artificially made trans fats or industrial trans fats, whatever you want to call it, are really hazardous and harmful to your health, even when eaten in small quantities. They contain hydrogenated vegetable oil, which is used to make the food last longer. While saturated fats are less harmful than trans fats, it still counts as bad since it's also increased risk for your health. You will usually find those two fats in like butter and margarines, baked goods such as cookies, cakes, pastries, processed snack foods, fatty cuts of beef, pork, and lamb, and tropical oil. You know, coconut oil, palm oil, cocoa butter. Yeah. Now for the vegetable and fruits parts, which I did not know why I'd start this first. Yeah, it's supposed to be first, but anyways, it's very understandable because all you need is to just eat your veggies and fruits to get a good mix of vitamins and minerals, and that's it for this layer. So to summarize it, eat an equal amount of vegetable, fruits, and whole grains for carbohydrates and fiber. They're really good for your body. And try to avoid the bad fats and eat more good fats or oils. On to the third layer. This layer mostly focuses on protein. Protein is needed by the body for building and repair. Some examples of protein is already being presented to you from the food pyramid, so thank you so much for being straightforward in this layer to decrease my pain of research. But anyways, you should eat the foods being shown over there. Yeah, you should honestly do it. But it also depends on your preferences, so if you don't want to eat poultry, just eat fish. If you don't want to eat fish, just eat nuts. It's all just displayed there. And if you don't know what poultry is, it's basically domesticated avian species that can be raised for eggs, meats, and or feathers. The conclusion of this layer is to just eat more protein for your body, and after the third layer, we got the fourth layer because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where there's two options, which is just taking 1 to 2 servings of dairy like milk or yogurt or cheese, and the other option is just taking vitamin D supplements. Now, dairy and vitamin D have something in common, and it's calcium. Calcium is needed by the body to build and maintain strong bones, and it's mostly in your teeth and bones, which gives them the structure and hardness. And to summarize for this layer, it's already pretty straightforward. Just get 1 to 2 servings of dairy or just take vitamin D supplements. And finally, on the very tip top of this pyramid is where the foods with high sugar and cholesterol or bad fats lies in. You should eat the food on top for special occasions. Some foods are refined grains such as white bread and then red meat and sugary drinks like those stuff. Those foods usually contain lots and of amounts of saturated fats. And lastly, to summarize this, just eat the food at the top on special occasions. Yeah, it's that simple, man. Now that you know about the food pyramid, let's get on to the balanced diet. If you don't know what a balanced diet is, a balanced diet is eating a wide variety of foods in the right proportions and consuming the right amount of nutrients and other stuff that your body needs to maintain a healthy body, weight, growth, and function. Now you might ask yourself, what's the benefits of a balanced diet? Well, it has lots of benefits, such as providing your body all the nutrition, boost immunity and help prevent some disease, develop your brain, maintain healthy body weight, recover quickly, strengthen the bones, regulate growth functions, and fuels us energy for the day. Hooray! All those things can happen because of the amount of nutrition we get from our balanced diet. So, from that list, you know that it will improve our body physically and mentally. Now, the reason why we need to keep a balanced diet or why it's important is because it helps prevent malnutrition and, lots of benefits. Yay! Finally, on to the main point of this video, besides the food pyramid, is how to have a balanced diet. A balanced diet actually differs depending on the person. So to have an even more specific balanced diet, you should go to a dietitian or doctor or diet doctor. You know, they're all the same, but I'm just gonna generalize it here so it won't be that specific. Now the information and this part is mostly by Max Healthcare, so just check out that website since it's really detailed but understandable. But anyways, you need to know that a balanced diet has seven essential components: carbohydrates, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, fiber, and finally, water. Now that you know the seven essential components, let's just go through them one by one. First up is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide you with energy, which should constitute 50 to 60% of your diet, and good sources of carbs are whole grains, whole wheat, and legumes. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. After that, we got protein. Protein, as you know, helps build your muscles and develop skin and hair. It should constitute 10 to 12% of your diet. You can see the examples of protein from the food pyramid that we just talked about. Next is fats. Healthy fats help you maintain your body temperature, and we already talked about that also before. And for the examples, just rewind back again. But avocados are really great source of fat. Next, we got vitamin and minerals. I'll just mix them both because they both help in protecting our body from various disease, boost our immunity. After that, we got fiber. Fiber helps us in digestion and maintain a steady blood sugar and can be found on whole grains and nuts. And yes, finally, water. You just need to drink at least 8 glasses of water a day since it helps you hydrate your body. So now that you know all the 7 components, you can start planning and reflecting on yourself for this balanced diet. Also, you should avoid foods that are high in saturated or artificially trans fats since those will harm and affect your body negatively. And just something to say to the children and elderly. For children, go eat more protein and get some more dairy so your body will be even more healthier and get a better growth. You know what your mom always say. Eat your veggies too! And for the elderlies, you should get more dairy, drink more milk so your bones is stronger. Oh yeah, by the way, the source or link will be in the description and please do not copyright me. This is just for educational purposes. Yeah, this is just for my project. Yeah, I think that's it. Adios.